Mr. Luyster, for folks at home who are watching, if you could give us a short overview of what smart grid technology is. We keep hearing that. I keep hearing it all over the place. And what do you think is the future of smart grid, particularly in our state?
All right, that's a big question.
It is.
It's like 2 hours to answer that.
Short overview.
Yeah.
It's only 1 hour show.
All right. Really to boil it down, it's, I think there's a lot going on, and from our perspective, we look at smart grid from a utility perspective on how to generate, transmit, and distribute the power. So we are getting a little bit into sort of this consumer side of the business. So we look at smart grid as that all-encompassing sort of that technology to help the utilities do that, generate, transmit, and distribute the power. Now in the United States, the North American market, smart grid has taken on more of a distribution side of things. So when you look at the distribution network, it's highly, there's a lot of components out there. It's very manual in its connectivity. So now what is going on is we have this sort of wave of meters that came on board where people, they attached meters to your house to take data off of your house and do billing and find out how much power you're using. So the second aspect of this is now this sort of automation. So the utilities are facing retiring, or workforce that's going to retire in the next 5 years or so. So what they want to do now is to find out how they can take these new electronic devices and automate the grid, and so they can bring power around the distribution to serve customers on different parts of their grid. So then we start getting a little more complex. We start talking about plug-in electric vehicles. We start talking about photovoltaics and battery storage. And how do you manage that technology, especially when it's highly disconnected from, and you don't have control over it. So how do I allow somebody to put a photovoltaic system on their house or in their building, and then make sure that that quality of power is there and it's not somehow infiltrating into my grid? So there's just so much of this technology that we have to deal with. And so we have systems in place from centralized systems from the software IT world to decentralized. So we have products that we can look at those systems from a plug-in electric vehicle when it goes from point A to point B, making sure I can shift my power to follow that vehicle into that area.
Oh.
And then you get into these discussions on photovoltaics and battery storage, and then how do I now utilize that energy and work with my end users to now allow them to use that power and then reduce my ability to feed them and then take that power elsewhere. So it gets really broad, but in essence, it's becoming a little bit more defined now. So we are talking more about reliability, efficiency, and those technologies are there. Then the future technologies are sort of this engagement with customers, these battery storage there, these the asset health management type products. So that's smart grid from an ABB perspective.